Isolation is now a way of life for tens of millions of people locked down in the virus epicentre of China's Wuhan city and Hubei province.
My name is Jin. I am Australian citizen from Sydney. The health and safety conditions are getting worse with increasing numbers of infections and death rising every day.
Jean is among the Australians who missed out on the federal government's 2 rescue flights to evacuate hundreds from Wuhan. Children and the elderly were given priority.
We are depressed and anxious. We always put our faith that Australian government will take good care of us.
Back in Australia, it's been an agonising 30 days for Jean's husband, Desmond Lim.
I've been married for 3 years, and this is my second wife. I lost my first one about 7 years ago to cancer. So Jean brought the light back into my life. And I think for me to not be able to help her again, similar to how I felt so helpless with my first wife, is frustrating on the best of days.
If you had a message for the Prime Minister, what would it be?
Please bring my wife back, because speaking selfishly, I don't really want to lose another person. I don't think I can bear that.
Jean and Desmond became Australian citizens because of the value of a fair go, but now they feel let down.
Hey, how are you? Hello. Yeah, how's the day? The government has a moral, legal, ethical obligation to bring its citizens home, because this is home. This is home for us.
The Prime Minister's stance remains unmoved.
Afternoon, everyone.
Just on the issue of coronavirus, the Australians remaining in Wuhan are desperate to get out. Why isn't it possible to arrange another evacuation flight just as you have for the Aussies in Japan?
Well, as I said at the time on the first flight, I said we wouldn't be in a position to guarantee a second one. We were able to achieve that. I mean, this has been an extraordinary Australian effort here. And but as seamlessly as that has been able to be undertaken, make no mistake about its complexity. Make no mistake about the complexity of getting into these areas and the various arrangements you need to put in place with those authorities. So at this point, we don't have a plan to do a third flight.
While the government has stopped rescue flights for China, it's evacuated 170 Australians from the virus-stricken Diamond Princess in Japan. They've been transferred to Darwin for 14 days of quarantine. But not all have escaped Yokohama. Earlier this week, we caught up with Melbourne couple Amber Chelik and Daniel Tester, who were stuck on board. Amber has tested negative to the virus and is now in Darwin, but as they were leaving to evacuate, Daniel tested positive. He'll spend the rest of his trip in hospital until he beats the virus.
That came to me as quite a shock, because I haven't felt any symptoms at all to this point, and I feel 100%. So that's why I'm just a little bit confused, and as much as it sucks to be separated from Amber now, I'm glad that she can still get on that flight back to Darwin, because I know she'll be in safe hands there.
Karen and Jason Honey from Melbourne are stuck in Japan too. When we caught up with Karen, she had tested positive to the virus and was improving in hospital. But now her husband Jason has also tested positive and will be treated in hospital. Quarantine has ended for more than 200 Australians evacuated from Wuhan to Christmas Island. 21-year-old Daniel O. Young, who 7:30 met at the start of the Wuhan lockdown, is finally making his way home.
Well, it's time to say goodbye to the room that I've been staying in for the past 2 weeks.
At Sydney Airport, he greets his mum for the first time in more than 4 weeks.
Why do you still wear a mask?
Huh?
You don't need to wear a mask.
Did you ever think that you wouldn't see him?
I thought that I'm scary, but I was trying to think positively.
Well, it's been extraordinary to watch Daniel's progress. He was trapped in Wuhan, then evacuated. He spent 14 days in quarantine on Christmas Island, and for all of that time, he didn't get infected.
Good to finally meet you.
Yeah, Jason from 7:30. Yeah, you too.
China and Australia have taken a lot of precautions to keep this very, very safe for all of us and for Australia as well.
Obviously, it's good news for you being back home, but what about all those other people back in Wuhan?
I am worried for them, and I'm worried for the Australians still stuck over there.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.